happening. Running a little late tonight. For a couple minutes, see if anybody pops in. Go over here to some light. What up, what up, what up? Thursday Night Live. Decided to change it up a little bit tonight. Go out on location. We're at the runaway truck ramp on Route 711, just north of Connellsville. Hang out for a few. It's not going to be a long live tonight. It's been a busy day. I've dealt with tires. Hello, everybody. What's up? Thanks for joining us. Unfinished project. That's cool, man. I can't stay long anyway. Thank you for popping in. How you doing today? You surviving the warm where you're at? We're getting along good here other than having tire issues. But we'll get there. I decided I'm at the runaway truck ramp tonight here. Well, I'm not actually on the ramp because that would be dumb and get run over by a truck, but I'm here beside it set. We got good light, good scenery. It's a beautiful Sunday night. Yeah, or Thursday. And it's finally cooled off a little bit here now. It wasn't as hot today because it rained last night. We had a cold front come in, so it was only probably in the low 80s today. So we weren't as hot, fortunately, as a lot of you guys, man. I know it's hot, but look at it this way. I mean, we're almost through with this month. There's really only about a month of summer left. So let's enjoy it while it's here, right? Hello, everybody. If you're just joining in, it's Thursday Night Live. Popped in, give an update. Just I like to come on and talk to you guys and spend a couple minutes with everybody who shows us love and subscribes. And our true people that are there for us, people that make it while we do this. Like I said, we're out here hanging out at the runaway truck ramp in Connellsville. It's a beautiful night. We're off the road. We're at the bottom of it, but they got nice lighting here, so it works out good. I caught your videos there, Unfinished Project, and that thing doesn't sound good. It sounded really good. Hello, hello, hello. Here at the truck ramp. As you can see the traffic in the background. Traffic in the background. Background in the traffic. I think this is what it meant when they told me to go play in traffic. Now, on a real note, though, like I said, it's Thursday night. Unfinished project. Thank you for reminding us earlier. Not only did you remind us it's hot, but you also remind us that there's 10 Saturdays away. What's up, Robert? Hello. Oklahoma. It's probably warmer there. Definitely warmer there than it is here in Pennsylvania. Like I said, it was only in the low 80s today, but so we're live on location tonight. Thanks, Rob, for popping in. Appreciate it. Robert, that's my dad's name. It was my little brother's name. So we always got a spot for Roberts in this family. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Clear from Oklahoma. I hope the sound's all right. Like I said, we're along the road here, but it's not a busy road. We're at the base of the runaway truck ramp. We got 10 Saturdays to go. I hope everybody's getting everything done because we really haven't started and we got a lot to finish before we can even start. So that's how it goes. But we'll get there somehow, some way, man. You never quit giving up. You know what Tony say about the pilots and people driving a car? Say you never give up till you're either pulled over and parked, or if you're in a plane till you crash. You never give up. You keep fighting it because you might save it at the last second. We were driving down the road, probably thinking I'm an idiot, offset my truck there. But it is what it is. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I want to thank everybody who's checked us out and all of our new subscribers. It's crazy. We picked up, heck, I think we picked up 500 subscribers. No, it was $3.99 we picked up in the last 2 weeks. I mean, but that's what it takes. You just have to have that one video that pops off. And, I mean, it sucks that it was a short. We didn't get no view time out of it. But at least it got our name out there. We're spread around a little bit. So we're at like 2,462 at the moment. So we're definitely growing. I want to thank everybody. I mean everybody that takes a minute just to check us out. We would not be here if it wasn't for you guys. The Cutlass is running good, as always. I mean, it's an LS swap, so as long as I don't physically break it, it's reliable as gravity. So we ain't worried about that. We decided, like I said, we're probably not going to, with the motorhome, it's getting parts right now for a 1972 Winnebago isn't easy, as you can imagine. It's hard to get parts for a 2020 Toyota Camry right now. So, but for that reason, we're just going to use our 95 Ford F-250. That's what we'll probably go into Sykeston in. It's reliable. It was the one in the air conditioner video. It's beat up and a little bit rough, but I've owned the truck for probably 15 years or so, so I can trust it. It's reliable. It always gets me where I'm going. So, I mean, just getting the truck done. I'm going to have some videos coming up soon to show you guys about redecking a car trailer. We're going to use tech screws on it this time. Originally, they had it bolted down with carriage bolts, so just drilled and bolted, but we're going to use tech screws on the deck this time. We'd love to put a steel deck on it, but right now, for probably the price of the steel, I could probably just buy a new trailer. It's just everything's out of control right now. We're just trying to hang on and get by with what little bit we got. On that note, anybody out there that's checking us out, if you got any questions about how to make things work with no money, man, feel free to ask us because we've probably done it. I mean, I've lived my whole life with pretty much a shoestring budget. We learned young. We learned it back 12 years old, man. I go out and fix lawnmowers so I can cut the neighborhood grass to make money to go to the skating rink. That was just how we grew up. You'd make $100, you'd go get a local buy, sell, trade paper, buy you a dirt bike or something, and you had your transportation for the summer unless you broke it. So I learned that, and I mean, even as we've had success and have had money, I've never forgot that. I can't waste a dollar. It bothers me. It hurts me in my soul to just throw money away for no reason. That's really the thing, name of the game of the channel. That's what we want to do. We want to show you guys that you can have fun out here and still not spend your whole money, so you can still have a family. They can still go and enjoy things. Give them money, they can go have fun. But it takes time. It's going to take time and dedication to live this lifestyle. But we're confident we'll survive no matter what happens. We do have stuff that's carved, stuff that doesn't have electronics, so I mean, we wouldn't have play toys. So, Schultz. Now, we're not on the ramp, so if they run away, I guess I'll flip the camera around and we'll have a good view because I'm about halfway up the ramp on the paved part. So, actually, I wish truck would run away. That might be a viral video. We can catch a rig coming flying up the ramp. Don't forget, guys, a couple that's here, hit that thumbs up, please. That helps the algorithm, gets us out, lets people see us. So what's going on this evening there, Schultz? Yeah, we got a little bit of traffic. That's weird because I could sit out here all day and not one car will go by. I come out here and start alive, and there's been a line of cars ever since it started. Oh yeah, definitely be a good show. But yeah, I think we're people dropping out. I think that there's still a couple lives still going on with a couple people. So I know there was another guy in the No Name Nationals. He starts his at I believe 8, so he might be still on there. So that's all right. I mean, we get a couple here. Like I said, we can't stay long tonight, so I'm just happy that a couple people popped in to see what was going on. Anybody got any questions? Anybody want to know anything? What do they want to see on the channel? You want to see us break stuff or you want to see us build stuff? Because I prefer to build, but we do break some stuff. Yeah, I know. Busy day, man. It don't take much, man. I know the feeling. I just finally got home too, man. 'Cause after later on, I ended up having a flat tire and had to put a tube in it. Then as I was putting the tire back on the rim, I pulled the valve stem out of the tube as I was trying to get the wheel to seat. So I had to break it back down, find another tube, and when I found the patch, I got a 6 liter out of an '04 Silverado in my Cutlass, Robert. It's just like I said, it's got an eBay Motors 7875 China Boy on there. You can't win, but you can't give up either. So that's I had a guy today, or well, a little bit this afternoon. He posted up and asked about on the one where we got our pass down the strip. You want to know what it run? I ain't embarrassed yet. It's slow. It only ran 1071, but it makes me happy. I smile every time I'm at it. But other than that, yeah, we're just hanging out. No, as I was riding, it went flat. I mean, I don't know. It didn't blow. It just went flat. If you noticed, it's been running low. I've been having issues with it, and it just I could feel it getting squishy, and that was it. And I said that the tube was leaking. I pulled it apart, got another tube and put in it, and I was ready to seat the tire back on the rim, and I was holding the valve stem with a pair of pliers because I was going to inflate it and deflate it to make sure the tube wasn't rolled over itself. And when I pulled on the valve stem, I ripped it clear out of the tube and stood there with a pair of pliers in my hand on the valve stem like an idiot. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's I figured I'll message you here in a little bit after the show, Dwayne, and let you know I'll probably be at the house in the morning. So hello, everybody. Let's see, it says 7 people. I'm trying to see who all we got on here. Beautiful night at the Runaway Truck Ramp. Happy, happy, happy. All right, guys. How many people in here is going to the No Name Nationals? I got anybody in here that's going? Or I got people. I don't know if anybody even knows who the No Name Nationals are. I know we picked up, like I said, some few new subs, so a lot of you guys might not even know. But if you don't know, check out the No Name Nationals here on YouTube. It's John Wilburn and Dallas Brown of the AHRA. They're putting on an event in Sykeston September 30th, October 1st. It's for new YouTube channels. You have to have 500 subscribers to enter, to participate. Anybody can come spectate, but to enter the actual show, you have to have a 500 subscriber count. So, I mean, that's reasonable. They just wanted to make it for people to know what's going on. That way, make sure you're an actual contributor and give you a reason to work at it. So, that's that. That's what everybody, it's been the buzz on YouTube. Nice. Yeah, 390 from a 318. Yeah, that should run really good, man. Yeah, I like the Magnum motors. I like the D50s. I had a lot of half-ton Dodge pickups through the years, man. I had a 78 short bed four-wheel drive step side with 318 and automatic. Man, that thing was reliable. It was loyal. It never left me down. Always got me everywhere I wanted to go. It was factory orange truck. It wasn't like, like no, I don't know. It was orange. It was not really a reddish orange. It was just orange. It wasn't like a construction orange. It was just someone bought an orange pickup that year. I don't know what the color was, but it was a nice truck. Heck, now that's been probably about 18 years ago. That's the last Dodge pickup I had, but I ain't really had much more of that. Said I've had this Ford I got now, my 95. I've had it since 2008. Because the older I get, the harder it gets to get rid of something I have that I know runs good. It scares me to get rid of it because I end up stuck with something that don't run. I always hated that, couldn't stand it. Yeah, well, it's not even that. I mean, yeah, the LS motor's tough and they do run good. The point everybody goes fast with it's because you don't got to care. And that's the thing, if I was building a small block Chrysler or small block Chevy or small block Ford or any of them, because they're all good. From a mechanic standpoint, they all have their pluses, but they all have their negatives. Every car company got crap motors. Every car company had a bad design here or there. So you can't blame all of them. But at the same time, the reason the LS is so good is here in the Northeast because the trucks rush so fast. And no, there's nothing wrong with the Ford. I'm sidetracked here. It's an F-250, but the trucks rust so fast here in the Northeast. You can get these LS motors around here. Literally, they're $250 a pop, man, for 5.3s all day long. I can get running. I can walk over to the junkyard. Here's the truck run. Tell the guy I'll take it. Put the deposit down on it. Come back the next day and pick up the motor and the wiring harness for $250. And that's the case. If you don't have, you know, $10,000 in your long block, you don't care if you lift the heads or if you sling a piston. If you break it, big deal. What do you got? You're out $250. I mean, if I break mine, the only thing I'm really worried about is that I don't bust the camo. But because that's really the only thing, the cam and the valve springs is the only thing in the motor that's worth anything other than, just the factory motor. Everything else is stock. And all the external stuff will still be good. If I sling a rod, I doubt it's usually not going to hurt the turbo. So I break it, I'm back in the junkyard, another $250. I swap my springs and hopefully my cam and that motor. I'm back out the next week doing the same thing. Plus, I daily drive it. I mean, it's nice that it runs on E85, is how mine's set up, so I daily it. Said I usually put about 20 miles a day on the car round trip between driving everywhere I got to go and back home. It's about 20 miles a day. So it is what it is. So I guess from that standpoint, it's pretty quick for a daily driven full interior street car that runs 1071. But there's guys out there that would completely smoke me, and I know that. But they probably got a lot more than $4,000 in their whole car too. There's that little thing. That's really all I have. And the most expensive single part I bought for my car was when I bought the Holly. Like the Holly, the injectors, and then everything else was secondary. Now, that price went up a little bit last summer because I had to buy a new pair of slicks, but you can't really count the tires on your price of your investment because you got to buy tires for anything to run. So you can't really, that's like guys that say about cost ownership. You can't count brake pads and tires because those are wear items. Oil changes, that stuff you're going to wear out. And you got, no matter what car you got, you're going to have to buy that unless you got an electric car. And then, it's got its quirks too, but that's neither here nor there. But that's the biggest thing. I mean, because the Gen 3 Hemis they're good motors. They make good power with them. The Ford Coyote motors make good power. There's guys out there making power, but like I said, the reason ELS is just the king right now is just because it's cheap. a $250 complete engine, throw it in, and feed it as much boost as you want until it pukes its guts out. And then turn it down a little bit for the next one, or just keep doing it and have fun while you're doing it and learn. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there we do that people can't. Like I said, heck, I've had the heads off of my motor, I know, 6 times, and I've reused the head gasket every time. I've just cleaned it up, stirred some copper coat on it, slapped it back together. And it regular, usually I run them on about 16 pounds of boost. And sometimes it'll perk up. We've hit spiked at 19 and haven't had any issues with it. We've never had an issue with blowing a head gasket. The only real issues I've ever had with the motor is breaking pistons. And that was 100% my fault because I had a fuel filter on there that just couldn't flow enough to keep up with the demand of the motor. It was rated at that, but I got the ratings crossed up, and I figured since it was good at that rating for a gas motor, it would work with the ethanol. It doesn't. So that's my own stupidity. Lesson learned. Got her fixed. She back up and running, and we know now how far we can push it before it breaks. But yeah, man, a 390 out of a 318. What stroke is that going to be? That's got to be swinging them pretty far. What is that, Robert? About 4 1/4 stroke. I'm not sure. I know the guys would build or take the 360s out to like 408 or something. I didn't know taking the 318 out that far. I mean, it's doable and it's good. 318s are good motors. That truck should be a blast. 4-inch stroke. Oh, that's cool. I figure I knew it'd be at least 4. I was thinking 425, but 4-inch, yeah. 93, that's old body style still, right? That's the last year for the old body. In 94 is when the new body style started. You got the good looking body, the pretty body. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the other body, but just that 72 to 93 body, in my opinion, that's my favorite body style for Chrysler truck, Dodge truck. Hello, everybody. How's it going? 4-inch stroke on a 318. Man, that thing's grip. What transmission you running in there, Robert? You gonna run a 727? Or you gonna run something with overdrive? I mean, that's what's holding us back right now is we only got a 3-speed automatic in there. I got a 4L80, but it's just going to be so much with it. I don't think it's worth it. I don't drive on the highway enough. I can live with it. In all honesty, I'll probably be putting a glide in it. I got a glide at the house. I'm going to be doing a video on just taking it apart and inspecting it to see what's inside it, and what upgrades need to be done to handle any kind of power. We're going to just run stock case because we're probably never reach the 1,000 mark anyway. I mean, there's no point in pushing stock components that far, and it goes plenty fast. Yeah. Oh man, 3,500. Dude, that thing is gonna rip. That is sweet, man. That's a good looking truck, and you're putting some muscle in it. Your thing should really move. 3,500 stalls, she should get going pretty good too, out of the hole. I mean, you get her to plant the tires, man, you'll be along for the ride. 390 cubic inches. You're just gonna run an NA then. I mean, nothing wrong with that for reliability. That's definitely a lot better. But man, that 390 with a little bit of boost, man, you could probably go. I mean, 390, on 8 pounds or so would probably be 700 horsepower. Done right, low boost, high output. Run a blow through carburetor with E85. Oh yeah, see, you got her set up right then, yeah. That 9 1/4, that's a stout unit, and that Detroit will make sure. I like the locker better than the limited slip. because the problem, a limited slip sometimes, like, it's hard to explain, but like, especially when you're on the road, if you ever notice a limited slip, sometimes it can cause the car to like walk a little bit side to side, to where a locker, when you're on the throttle and it's mechanically locking both axles together, you don't get that like lane change in that between gears that you can with just a regular limited slip. I mean, that's where it's at. Either a Detroit locker, or I mean, or full spool, but it's annoying driving a spool around on the road. We've done it for years when we run four-wheel drive trucks, and it's just a pain. Can you do it? Yeah, you can do it. There's no problem. It doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't break anything. Yeah, it wears your rear tires faster, and beats on your bushings and your suspension a little bit, but doesn't really hurt anything other than that. But it is annoying. Like I said, we drove our Toyota pickup trucks and Geo Trackers and Suzukis. We drove them around all the time with the rear ends welded in them on the street. So that it's better to know that both wheels are going to be there and remain locked together than it is to wonder if one wheel is going to turn slightly faster than the other. Cool, that should be a beast, Robert. You got a channel out there? If not, you should be making some videos and throwing that up there, man. That's going to be a good looking truck. Yeah, see, Robert, I would have liked for a street car, I would have liked to run the supercharger too, and I started looking around, and man, I couldn't believe the prices, man. I admit I didn't look at the Torque Storm, but I know I looked at a Pro Charger, and it was like $9,000 for the setup. I'm like, $9,000? I don't have that in the car. I'll never have that in the car. So I just couldn't justify it. And I got on there, and I even cheapskated out, because what it was is that VS Racing Bren there, he sells that like a billet wheel 7875 that a lot of guys have made. I mean, Matt Happel successfully, I think he's made 900 horsepower on it with an LS. But it was like $500, and I was like, well, I'll be a cheapskate. I'll just buy the same turbo, because I figured, most of them are made in the same plant in China anyway. So I just went on eBay and found one a little bit cheaper. It's a billet wheel, but it's not near as efficient as the one Varen sells. But that's why mine was only $260, and the one Varen sells is $500. But I mean, it's happy, it's fine. It makes boost noises and chooches and has fun. And it's been on there for a year, and it held up. But yeah, I like superchargers, man, but they're just too much for my ride. I couldn't do it. You don't have to be anymore. You don't have to be computer friendly, man. Just if you got a smartphone, you can do a lot of that on your phone now for the most part. Just be nice document. I'd really like to see this truck, man. That sounds like a sharp ride. Said there's nothing wrong with a Mopar. Had plenty of them, through the years. Really Mopar trucks. I like the old Mopar trucks. Battery Productions page. I'll have to get on there and check that out. Definitely. Definitely have to get on there and check it out. Well, guys, I think we're gonna get ready to wrap this up for tonight. Like I said, it's been a busy day. We want to go sit down, relax for a little bit, unwind, and get ready to do another day. To see what the weekend holds. It's supposed to be pretty warm all week this week, or this weekend. I guess the warm weather's supposed to come back tomorrow in the upper 80s again. So we'll have fun with that. But like I said, summer's almost over, so there's no sense of getting upset about it now. Oh, don't complain it's hot, because remember, you'll blink your eyes and it'll be cold. And then you'll be complaining. Everybody will be upset about that. Oh no, it's cold, it's cold. I promise you guys, anybody that knows me, you'll never hear me complain about how hot it is. Because even if it is hot enough that I feel like I'm going to fall over and my tongue hanging out, I'm going to reach down inside and I'm going to realize that, hey, in a couple months it's going to be cold. Yep, good talking to you, man. Thanks for popping in there, Robert. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, we might as well wrap this up. Like I said, there's no sense of keeping everybody out all night tonight. I need to set up a better time for you that's more convenient. I mean, it's hard. I guess you're out in Oklahoma, so it's not as bad for you. But here on the East Coast, you know, I mean, it's 10 o'clock. I have a hard time getting people to tune in at 9:30. But I'm trying not to step on anybody's toes by starting earlier because we got a lot of guys in there competing for the same thing, and we're all basically catering to the same group of subscribers. So I don't want to step on their toes. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Robert. We appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for joining in on this beautiful Thursday night in July. Thank you to all my subscribers and everybody that's watched and supported the channel. These lives will get better, guys. I'm working on it. Thank you. Thank you for hanging in there. We'll talk to you later. Good night, everybody.